Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? Cheers. Special late night, Saturday night hockey talk. Got the monetization off, so I can do whatever I want, kind of, because as long as you don't monetize, they don't really care what you do. So we can swear tonight, and we can kind of do what, where's Jeff? That's Jeff on the... Can say what we want. So how's everybody? So let's see. We got All About Habs, David, John, Ray Buckle, Shamir. Hey, Shamir, how's it going? All right, Shamir's joining me. So whatever your preference is, have a drink, have a puff, whatever your preference is, that's tonight, one night only. So we're going to celebrate the hopeful start of the season. I am 11. Wait a second. How many? That says 11 million minutes late. I'm actually not really. I mean, I booked it for 10:05. 10:05? Did I book it for 10 or 10:05? If I booked it for 10, I apologize because I'm used to being at 5 minutes after the hour. So I'm sorry. Or did I didn't book it for 8, did I? I'm sure I booked it for 10. Anyways, hey, listen, it is what it is. We're having a stress-releasing evening. Yeah, I booked it for 10. Yeah, sorry. I'm just so used to being at 05 that I guess I thought I booked it at 05. So I appreciate you guys sticking it out. And hopefully other people will... I wonder how many people said, hey, he's not on tonight. I apologize for that. I guess I know what my thinking was. Hey, my thinking was that at the reason at 8 o'clock I do it at 5 after is for the notifications to go out. And at 10 o'clock I figured there wouldn't be that traffic, so I forgot. Let's see. Here's the return of hockey. Here's to you, Shamir. Here's to hockey. Here's to all you guys out there. Cheers. Let's see now. NHL hockey news. Johnny Golden, Nordic. Hey, Nordic, haven't seen you on for a while. How's it going? Nordiques. All right. Let's see. Watched the game earlier. Both Struble and Harris looked excellent. Oh, which game are we talking about? I guess it's the... Okay, let me see if I can guess which game. Are we talking about a tune-up game or it's college hockey? Yeah, okay. You know why I'm saying that? Because I'm thinking that we're already at the World Junior Championship stuff, but I realize we're a little bit ahead of that. So, I didn't see any hockey, any college hockey at all. George Sessford, no problem as long as you don't mind hanging out with us. It's okay. David, have your birch beer. Anything you enjoy. Sit back and enjoy the evening. We're going to have some fun, hopefully. And, it should be got to celebrate. Looks like hockey's going to happen. Barring, I guess, like another breakout, like further problems or anything getting worse. We should have hockey. I don't, I question that they'll get it done by the 13th of January, but somewhere around then should be good. All About Habs. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. New hockey season. Woohoo! Yeah, it looks like we're actually gonna get some hockey. Nordic, been doing pretty well. Been watching your content lately. Doing pretty good. Thank you. I appreciate that. I see you all the time out there on Twitter. Let's see now. Where am I? Thoughts on patches on the trading block? It's probably a mistake by Vegas, but it's one of those things where salary cap, it's a problem, and I have a feeling they're going to regret it. And I think it's just a monetary thing. So, yeah, I don't know if that's a great move for them. I don't know where he's going to go. I don't know who's interested. He's got a pretty decent contract size. It's not going to be easy to trade him, I would have to think, just based on the money. Is KK back in Canada? Yeah, he's been back in Canada for a little while, Johnny. See, I'm talking too much. Goes out. Yeah, he's been back, I want to say about 3 days from what I remember. Maybe a little longer. Bush beer. Yeah, Bush beer. That's so... You know, my cousin used to live with me. She left the beer in the fridge. It's got to be in the fridge for at least a year. So I figure, hey, I'll drink it now. Not bad. A little warmer than I like. I had it out a little bit too long, I guess. Pretty sure Bill Foley said they're not trading him, but we'll see. Yeah, but something that was released today or something I read today said that he's definitely on the block. Whether he's going to get traded or not, that's the question. But apparently they're open to offers. Thanks, Shamir. Appreciate that. And yeah, same too. Hockey News, keep it up. I'm at a loss for words here for a sec. I don't know why. Yeah. Everyone's doing a good job these days. It's not easy. I'm having trouble producing videos, but when I do them, I'm happy with them. So is Ben Scherot underrated? I would think he is because, I think he still is underrated. He had a good season last year. Hey, Jack, it has been a while. How's it going? So where's the Leaf season preview? You know what's funny? I did it by first take. I think I did it by accident, and then I thought, oh, let me try that for real and like as a gag, and it worked. So, but I did it by accident. I don't know where the Toronto Maple Leafs came out of my mouth for. Don't know what I was thinking. I guess I saw. Whose did I see? Was it the hockey guy? I saw no, maybe it was the NHL one with Mike Johnson. I saw that earlier today. I think that might be where I got it from. Where's the Molson? He's the guy that owns the team. I don't like Molson. I don't drink Molson beer. But I'll tell you what. I know Busch is an American beer, but 4.7% alcohol. That's not a weak beer. Like that's not an American beer. American beers are weak. Am I right? As far as I know, they're like 3.5% alcohol, from what I understand. Okay, let's see. Get back. Oh, you know what? I scrolled. I shouldn't have done that. Hot take. Hey, John, how's it going? Thanks for coming in, buddy. I see. Did you took I think you took a little time off because I hadn't seen, and then all of a sudden the other night, yeah, I'm back and all that. I didn't know. I didn't realize you took time off. But yeah, we're all getting ready for the season, trying to get videos out there. I don't know. I'm gonna have trouble getting back to the big swing of things, I think. But once you start and you got to do the videos every day, like the game videos, you got to. It gets you back into the swing of it. Let's see now. I hope Palin comes to camp in top shape and very motivated. I think he will. Well, I think he should be motivated because you got to figure he's got a really, really good shot to make the team, right? If he has a good camp, it gives them even more motivation to move a guy like Byron, right? Because and they're going to need to move somebody to make some cap space. So, yeah. Actually, John, since you're here, I got a question for you. Have you heard anything about, or has anybody expanded rosters? There's going to be 3. They're looking at 26 players, so that's 3 extra players. How does that affect the cap? Does anybody know the answer to that? Excuse me, beer makes me burp, so I'm going to try not to burp. Okay, Jeff, you're in the room here. I don't have that. Yeah, I don't have to answer you there. I was about to answer Jeff on text when he's in the room here. All right, let's get down to brass tacks, as they say. Do I think Halifax could have an NHL team? I don't know. Population wouldn't be big enough. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know what the population in Halifax is really, but I would think it's that. It's population. So do you have enough fan base there to keep selling out the arena? What happened if Leafs can't play in Toronto? Well, if Leafs can't play in Toronto, then no team can play in their home arena. Then they'll be in a hub somewhere. But the thing is, more than likely, the hub's going to be in Toronto again. I think anyway. Maybe they'll change it. I don't know, but I'm not sure. David doesn't like Budweiser. What do you like for beer, David? I like Budweiser. Budweiser is good. Lot trying to balance. I don't know how you guys. I don't know how you do the videos you do, like the amount and you're in school. Like, yeah, like forget that. I don't know how I can't. I have trouble getting one video out a day these days. I like Paling, and I hope he makes the team. I think we all like Paling. I hope he makes the team too. Is that the fog machine? Yeah, dry ice. I got dry ice here, buddy. Dry ice. That's what they call it. I think it's from the dry ice is from Lebanon. Might be Lebanese dry ice. I'm not sure. Jeff, you think an NHL team would work there? I don't know what the population is there. It would all be about population. One thing's for sure about Halifax, I don't doubt, is the hockey fans are there. You guys are producing great hockey players down there, and from what I can tell, there's a ton of hockey fans down there. So the thing is, if there's not enough population to keep, to get enough season ticket sales and just to sell out in general, it wouldn't happen. But yeah, Halifax, that'd be interesting. I don't know why there was. I assume it's population is the reason why Halifax has never had or been mentioned before, really. So I don't know if Ottawa can somehow support a hockey team with an average. That's true. Halifax probably could. Yeah, listen, I don't know. I know one thing for sure. Next place NHL is going is Houston. I would be really surprised if it's not Houston. Something like the 3 lowest dollars will not count towards the cap. 3 lowest. Oh, I get it. As well as a possible 4-player taxi squad to be exempt as well. I hadn't heard. Well, okay. John is answering my question about the salary cap and the expanded roster. That makes a lot of sense. He says he believes it will be like the 3 lowest contracts, I guess, will not count towards the cap. As well as a possible 4-player taxi squad that will be exempt from that. So yeah, the taxi squad, if they do the extra, yeah, I just thought that 3 extra players were going to be the taxi squad. But yeah, that makes sense what you're saying there, that the lowest contracts won't count. So it's still going to be tough to put together a roster. And I thought that the 3 extra guys for the expanded it won't come to me roster would be have to be coming from your organization already. So like you can't sign a Hoffman, for the like you have 23 guys. You can't sign Hoffman to bring him in as your extra guys. You have to have them in your organization already. That's what Jeff and I were talking about that the other day. So that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Kokanee beer is the best, or Alpine. I've heard that. I think I've tried Kokanee once. But it was a long time ago when I didn't have much of a taste for beer. Now, I don't drink a lot of beer, but I can drink it now. I don't mind the taste like when I was younger. I didn't like beer at all. What's the first line looking like? Hard to tell. Like give me a sec. I don't know if anybody watched my video. I just put it out, so maybe a lot of you didn't. So I put out a season preview, and so I took a lineup that was sent to me by somebody, but it was just the top four, like the forward lines that I kind of liked, and it was outside the box. I don't necessarily think it's what's going to be, but I put it up there because it was interesting, and I wanted to just put up some kind of a lineup because I wanted to make some predictions for these guys. I thought that was a different way to do it. So, I put the lineup and then whatever the prediction was. So, yeah. So, I don't know what it's going to look like, honestly. I would imagine it's going to be Tatar, Deneau, and Gallagher as the first line. I don't see why they would really break that up. So I'm kind of expecting that. I'm expecting Brewin, Suzuki, Anderson for the second line, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. I like having Tyler Toffoli play with Kotkaniemi. I want to see Kotkaniemi get some wingers that can put the puck in the net. So it's kind of what I'm thinking. But I like that lineup that I put up there because it was kind of outside the box as far as the forwards go. So, yeah. And then, like I said, I made my little predictions for each one, except the fourth line because, first of all, don't know who's going to be on it. Don't know how they're going to be playing, what positions, I mean. Don't know if they're going to move Byron or not. So there's a lot of things there. So let me scroll down because I scrolled up, and I imagine, I'm going to go right to the bottom. If I miss anybody's comment, we all know what the rules are. They're not rules. Actually, I should reach back behind me. And I shouldn't probably I didn't want to use the glass because I want to give this away, and I don't want it to be used. You see me drinking out of it now, and maybe you don't want to get it. Yeah, so if you take – so those Shamir and is it all about Habs? Anyways, I'll go over it. You guys are entered into – Shamir's got 3 entries. Shamir's winning this, I think. You guys are entered into the contest to win this beautiful Habs pint glass. And or just retype your comment and, I'll get around to it. So, yeah. So that there's the options there. David is not picky at his beer. Yeah, I'm usually not. As long as it's not Molson, I'm not picky. Other than that, yeah. Shamir's comment. Do you think Quebec City gets a team before Halifax? As for Houston, yeah, the hockey guy was doing a series on the WHA, and seems like Houston is next considering their WHA experience. Yeah, well, I've kind of figured Houston for the last couple of years. It's been kind of known that they want to expand into Texas. Again, because they've had teams there before, like you said, the Houston Astros and the WHA, and they've got the population, they've got the money down there, they've got the arena there already. I kind of think Quebec City would get one before Halifax, only in that there is an arena, an NHL caliber arena ready to go, and apparently they have a lot of. I don't know today because maybe how after the pandemic, but pre-pandemic, they had businessmen that wanted to invest. So I don't know how Halifax would be set up arena-wise, and it would have to be an NHL arena to be ahead of Quebec, I would think. Because I think population-wise, it's got to be very similar. So, I don't know. I'd love to see the Nordiques back. That would be awesome to see the Nordiques back in the league. Let's see now. Every time I want to scroll back down, I see when I want to. Okay, when can trades happen? Will Bergie do something? Wheel, Kulak, Byron. Those are the rumors. Trades can happen right now. That's not a problem. Yeah, I kind of think maybe Wheel will get moved as well because you could save a little bit of money with him. Moving, he's making $1.4 million, but he's a body, so you got to bring back at least minimum salary. So it's a small savings, but that's why I say Byron and Kulak, and that allows you to replace them and bring in the 2 more because they're 2 bodies short of 23. So, and then the other 3 doesn't, like you said, the 3 minimum. That's anyway. I can see them moving Kulak for the salary, and I can see them moving Byron If they can, I don't know if they can, though, at this point. So it's going to be interesting. And, yeah, trades can happen at any time. There was a trade today, not a big one, but a small trade, but there was a trade today. Obviously, not a Montreal trade, or I would have reported it. But there was a trade, and I'm trying to think of the name and the teams. But I think the Islanders, I want to say, with somebody else. Hang on, where was I now? Hey, NHL, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Need a Canadian league to get teams like Nova Scotia and Halifax. Yeah, it's strictly like, but a Canadian league, I mean, would it be the quality of the AHL? Otherwise, kind of wouldn't. Halifax or Moncton would work for the NHL. Yeah, I think, you got the interest there. There's no doubt about that. But you'd have to have the arena, NHL caliber arena. David's into light beers these days. Yeah, I like the light beers as well. Yes, all about Habs. Yeah, no, I remember. Yeah, it was you and Shamir. Not a problem. Wait, okay. I try to scroll to the bottom, but you know what happens? Then it's a lot, and I feel bad that I missed people's comments. I don't think anyone in the Maritimes could afford the $600 million to get a team. This is a problem, right? I mean, no, but I think we're more talking about like a team that moves, a franchise that relocates. So I think that's, a new franchise. Not a lot of, Houston might be able to afford a new franchise, but I'll tell you what, at 32 teams, I think it's time to stop expanding. And if you want a city, then you better move a team to the city. And that's, because pretty soon we're going to get even more watered down hockey. And it's just, hockey's good right now. Don't water it down even more. Ray Buckle, Moncton is definitely too small, sadly. It is more of a hub, though, to the other cities. I'm from St. John, living in Victoria, and I've only been to one NHL game ever, sadly, and I know diehard fans of hockey. Yeah, I feel for you guys that, didn't have. I've had a lot of opportunity in my life. I must have been to at least 30 games in my life. So I've had the opportunity. I could have gone more, I guess, too, but I haven't. So maybe it's even sadder that I live here and I don't go to more games. It's a problem for when if you're a fan of a sport, you don't have a team in your town or your city. Will NHL have hockey fans when season starts? Yeah, of course they will. Hockey fans aren't going anywhere. Sweden has a population of 8 million, Finland 3 million, and they have professional hockey. Yeah, okay, but we're just talking about NHL, right? Don't forget, you got to be able to afford the cap and all that stuff. So you got to be able, and to pay in American dollars, it takes something. Ottawa moving is the only chance Quebec has at getting a team, in my opinion. Yeah, Jeff, you're probably right. I mean, I don't know. Even if Ottawa moves, it's a question. What if Ottawa were to say he wants to move or he wants to sell? Do they allow another Canadian team gone to the States? I would hope not, but considering Gary Bettman probably would like that, it'll probably happen. The Irvings are the third richest in Canada, and they live in New Brunswick. Yeah, but it's they're not gonna. No one's gonna buy a team like that if they don't think they can make money at it. So if they don't think that there is a the fan base, if the people aren't there. Okay, I know I'm scrolling up. I don't even know where I am. There I am. That's where I was. If Ottawa moving means we don't have to put up with Melnick, I'm all for it. That's a good one. Jeff is promoting the podcast, although I think he'll agree with me. It isn't our... I guess I shouldn't say that when we're trying to promote it. And you got the wrong name there, buddy. I don't know why you got Habs Coast to Coast, but we have changed the name to the podcast. The podcast is officially called A Couple of Guys Talking Habs. I want to say it's not our best podcast, but I liked it. I thought it was pretty good, but mostly because, first of all, it's kind of long. So if you're looking for something to listen to and you got something to do and you want something to listen to, you're going to enjoy that. I'm disappointed mostly in that we talked about something and then they kind of made a change to it the next day. It's too bad because we did the ranking of the new divisions, and then today, or was it last night, they changed and they moved Minnesota and St. Louis. They switched them. So, yeah, it changes things a little bit. So, I haven't revisited it yet, so I don't know. I said I'd probably look at it again, so maybe just before the season starts, I'll do it again. Because I had done my version of it. So I did my video, and then we did it on the podcast. And the next time we do that, we will be doing a power rankings. And I think because both Jeff and I guess this isn't what you do when you're trying to promote something, but be honest. I want to be honest about it. We did the podcast, and it kind of didn't. It left a taste in our mouth that wasn't 100% satisfying, and we both want to do another podcast pretty soon. So we're going to do the power ranking, and maybe something else. You may see another 2 podcasts come out pretty quickly, but we're going to do power rankings, and it'll help to know at least what the divisions are. This is how the divisions should end up. I don't know if they'll change again. But I know that the owners aren't too happy with the realignment. So, Mikhail, hey, buddy. The old Mason Transport logo, almost exact. All about Habs. And if I win the glass, I'm giving it away. Yeah, you can give it away. Listen, when you win, it's up to you. I won't hold it against you. Irving or McKean's would have to be involved for a team in the Maritimes. Yeah, I would think you got to have some big money. Like I said, if it's a new franchise, if it's a moved franchise, it's not as expensive. Maybe I'll have a better time looking at the. I'm filming off the laptop, but I'm also running it through my monitor, so it's like 2 things right here. I think maybe I'm better off looking at the laptop. Trying to figure out where. Okay, I guess I scrolled down. What's my favorite NFL team? Nah, don't have one. When I was younger, I liked the Cowboys, but that was in the day of oh God, what are these guys' names? Roger Staubach and Terry Bradshaw. So I like the Cowboys. I liked Staubach, and if that's how you pronounce Staubach, right? And and I remember a couple of good Super Bowls, especially one. I don't know, it was just touchdown after touchdown after touchdown, like trading off, and the lead changing hands, and it was just a really good Super Bowl. I didn't watch a lot of football back then at all, but yeah, I used to like the Cowboys. That was when I was young. I can't say I have a favorite team. When was the last live Habs game that I've been to? Oh my God. Sadly, I've never been to a playoff game, so that's something that has not happened yet. The last game I was at, oh my God. I don't think I've been to a game since the turn of the century, so it's over 20 years, I think. And I could be wrong. There was a game in the early 2000s. Probably there was, but I'm just blanking on it. But, late 1990s. And I want to say Carolina Hurricanes. And I think it was, I'm going to say, okay, let's put it to you this way. The last game I remember going to was Jose Theodore. And I think it was the Hurricanes they played against, where he was just on his way out. He was just, I think it was 6-5. Montreal was ahead by, I think it was like 5-3, and they just blew back. Anyways, it was a horrible game for Theodore. That's the last one I really remember. So I don't know if I was at another one after that. So that's how long. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't go a lot. I went a lot more when I was younger. It happens. Best game I've seen at the Forum Bell Center. Best game. Okay, now that's a challenge. Best game. Probably the most interesting game for a lot of people would be when I was, we figured it out. It was 1969. I was 6 years old, and my grandfather took me and my brother, to see the Oakland Seals. Now, I don't remember in 69 if they were California Oakland Seals, Golden Seals, the Oakland Seals, the whatever, but we saw them. The Gumper was in net. We were behind the net on the Canadians' net, because that means we saw them twice. And I really remember this mostly because it was just before the 70s. We were starting to wear our hair longer, even me as a kid. And his hair was cut so short that my brother and I were just cracked up over that. So I'll never forget that game. So that was an interesting one. The best one I saw, though, I saw some good games. I gotta remember. I saw a few good ones. I just, I can't remember. They're a long time ago. That's, it happens when you get old. And, a little of that. The memory's not as good as it is all the time. And at that, I'm getting older, and it's not as great as it used to be. So, see, David's only been to a Senators and Montreal Canadiens game in Ottawa 2 or 3 times. That's awesome, buddy. Senators not moving anywhere now. I don't think so either. Move Florida to Quebec and Arizona to Halifax. Honestly, I can see Arizona moving, but they'll go to Houston. It'll take 2 teams to move before Quebec has a shot, and even then, I don't think they've got a shot. I don't think so. It's unfortunate, but it might take 3 teams for Quebec to get a team. For 3 teams to move, so. When was the last? No, I said you. I read that, and then I looked up and read more. You started in third caliber league, ECHL, then moved to the AHL, finally upgrade to NHL. So, Gislain, you're talking about for Halifax, or you're talking about Quebec? Yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Ottawa doesn't work because the rink is too far from the city. This is true. People don't want to just go to a game, and they want to eat and drink before and after. Yeah, I think they were counting on the city kind of developing and moving out there faster than it has. But it's a bit of a drive, and there's nothing out there from what I understand. I know Ottawa a little bit. I don't think I've been to where the arena is, but I know it a little bit. And, yeah, from what I understand, it's just too far. It's kind of like the Olympic Stadium here for baseball. That was the big knock. Is first of all, it was a horrible stadium for baseball, and it wasn't in the heart of the city. You had to go to the East End, and people really didn't like that. So that was really a big knock on it. But I mean, the Olympic Stadium was horrible for baseball. Just it was, it had the space they needed when we were getting 2-3 million fans a year. Okay, did I scroll? How about, wait, I don't want to miss some of these. Wow. Were you a Montreal Expos fan? Yes, I was, actually a big one, but I stopped being a baseball fan when they took the team away. I thought it was a totally shitty way for us to lose a team. Plus the stuff they said about Montreal as far as us as fans, that we never went. We never went in the last 10 years because it was a shitty team and they were just screwing us over. And that's why. But hey, we supported that team big time. I probably went to more baseball games than hockey because it was more affordable. Johnny, ever been to Dunn's on St. Catherine? As a matter of fact, I have, but it's been a long time. But I have probably a couple of times back in the day. Mario Lemieux playing at the Forum. Back in the day. I watched a Habs game in Florida about 10 years ago. $20 for decent seats. Awesome. Because the tiers are angled perfectly that you can see clearer than sitting in the Blues at the old Forum. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, that sounds great. And $20, man. That's crazy. Liam, I saw Habs versus Sens game 4 in Ottawa and game 5 in Montreal. Montreal lost both games, and they were up 3-0 in the series until then. Is that the one where, what's the guy's name with a G? He nailed one of the Habs. He just nailed him. I can't remember who it was. I don't think it wasn't the clothesline. That was Boston. He had can't remember his name. I think that was the series. Ghislaine, Calgary at Montreal. Boston at Montreal. Yeah, I want to say. I've seen Boston. I know I've seen Boston and Montreal. I guess that's it. But, it's funny for me. I think up until recently, maybe in the last 10 years, Boston has always been, for me, like a big rival, but not the most hated rival. So for me, that's Toronto. And I want to say I've never seen Montreal-Toronto live. So oddly enough. And I think mostly because when I had the opportunity, Toronto just was so bad that it wasn't worth watching them. So, but I've seen Boston, Montreal. So I guess maybe that's the best. I would have to think that's probably it. George, where's George? How about the 4 divisional last place teams be suspended for the following season, making for a 28-team league? But how are they going to survive? I mean, they need their. How do you reason that out? I mean, the other 28 teams are going to pay them to not play. I mean, I don't get that. Or you want to do like was it in Europe with soccer? The worst teams, they have to go down a league, and the best teams in that league come up a league. Do that. The worst 4 teams in the NHL have to be in the AHL until they do better. It's not a bad idea. Personally, I think Moncton would be a better spot for the NHL. You draw fans from PEI, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Quebec. Moncton is a blank page. As a city, lots of places to build on, like Halifax. That's very cramped already. Yeah, that makes sense. You'd want to be somewhere where you got a big fan base. Keeps going out on me. Whoop, scroll too much. Randy N, that's negative. I don't think Seattle will last more than a decade. Oh, really? That's hard. First of all, that's hard to tell. So I don't know how you're going to judge that, but I'm interested to know why. Mr. Jeff. David says it's a half-hour drive. David lives in, I think, in the suburbs of Ottawa. It's a half-hour drive from his house to get to the arena there. Hab 16, hey buddy, thanks for coming in. Appreciate that. When when you don't have the money to buy a $650 million US team in the NHL. Who doesn't have that kind of money, Shazlan, right? Shamir, I used to live 3 minutes from the Canadian Tire Center. It developed a lot after the rink was built, but now they want to move the rink closer to downtown, so we'll see. Oh, that's right. Shamir, you're in Ottawa, right? That's right. Forgot about that. I think Seattle will last. I live in Victoria, and it's only a short ferry ride to Seattle, so lots of fans from here will travel there like they do to Vancouver. Yeah, well, that's what they say. And it's going to be a natural rival with Vancouver. I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see, but I think I would have to think it's going to do well there. But you never know. You know, hockey in the U.S., they're fickle down there about hockey. But Seattle at least has history with hockey, so I would think they'll be okay. If Montreal still had the Expos and had an NBA and NFL team, would you be a fan of those teams? NBA, no. I'm not into basketball. NFL, probably not. Just because they're Montreal, probably not. I'm not a big football guy, so unless I was doing football pools or stuff like that, it's the only reason really why I get into it. And if I'm gonna watch football, especially if you're doing like a spread pool where you're betting some money on it, gets you into it, you know. And that's what I was doing. There was about a 5-year period where I was into the NFL because of that. We're doing a spread pool and a fantasy pool. So yeah, and as soon as that broke up, whatever, it's just whatever happened, and we stopped doing it. I stopped watching because I'm not really an NFL guy or a football guy. Poonscat wrote Derek Jeter. I know who he is. Don't know why you wrote that. Nailed Eller. I don't know. I must have missed some stuff, so I apologize for that. I'm thinking of Greba. Yeah, that's what the Greba hit on Eller. That's it. There you go. Randy had that. That's his name, Greba. Is that the series we're talking about? Those games there? That series? Okay, the series, but not that game. Okay. Did it again. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is, because I get every time I scroll, it goes crazy and goes and jumps. I'm going to try not to do that. Gislain says he agrees with me. It was easier to watch baseball back in the day for $12. Nothing in the form under 25 back in the day. Yeah, it was like half price. Exactly. It was way easier. Liam, I've seen the Habs beat the Leafs at Scotiabank Center a few years ago. There was a brawl, and they kicked the shit out of the Maple Leafs. Best game I've ever seen. Awesome. I love that. How do you think Caulfield will do in the World Juniors? 12 points in 10 NCAA games this year, depending where they play him. Last year, they had him on, I want to say, checking line or shutdown line. That's what it was. And then stopped using him to his best ability. So it's the same coach. We'll see what he does with him this year. If he plays him on a good line that he can produce, he'll do well. If he doesn't, he won't. George, Jeff wants season tickets for the Quebec Kraken in 2031. The Quebec Kraken. Now, you know what? A team can't come back to a team can't go to Quebec City and not be called the Nordiques. That would just be wrong, and I don't want any part of that. Also, Impact is cheap compared to hockey, but much more slow. The field looks bigger in real life than on TV. Yeah, and I'm just not into soccer. I can't get into soccer, so the Impact are kind of out for me because of that. So, let's see, where was I? By the way, the game of Calgary to Montreal was the heyday of Calgary with Theoren Fleury, Joel Otto, Al McInnes, and Joe Nieuwendyk. Theoren Fleury has gone bonkers. I mean, I don't know. Does anybody follow him on Twitter? This guy is so right wing. So right wing, he's almost all the way back to the left side. No, but he's so right wing, it's crazy. I hate the guy just from his political bullshit he posts on Twitter, where I used to like Fleury, but he's a little nutcase. But that was a good era for them. I don't watch basketball. Nope, never have. I've seen games here and there, but I mean, I don't watch basketball. Never been a basketball fan. I watched Northeastern today, and Jordan Harris played great. He had 2 goals, 1 assist. Struble had no points, but was very physical. Kyle, basketball is your favorite? Awesome. Listen, just because I don't like it doesn't mean you don't, or you can't, I should say. Listen, we all like what we like, right? Fantasy pools, whether it's NFL or NHL, it's because we all want to be GMs and create the ultimate team. Yeah, but it's also a really good way to get how do I want to put it? If you're kind of a bit of a casual fan that wants to get more into the game and you want to learn more about the players and stuff, it's a good way to get to know the players. So that's a good thing. And yeah, it's a lot of fun to think you're better than GMs. But the problem is, and I was doing that when I first started doing these fantasy pools, is, you make, if you're allowed to trade and the waiver wire and stuff, you lose patience in a guy, move him. You move him, the guy you got was doing good, now you got not doing as good, and the guy you got rid of, all of a sudden picking it up. So I learned to, I juggle around the first few weeks until I can get the guys I want, and then I usually stick with them. And I found that I do better that way than constantly playing the waiver wire, moving guys in and out. I don't like doing that. But it's fun. I mean, it's fun. We'll be doing one, by the way. I was just thinking about it today. I've got to get that organized, and maybe for next Saturday I'll announce it. We'll get a pool. This time we're doing it on Yahoo. Yahoo's a lot better than ESPN as far as what's the word I'm looking for? I guess interface, but I mean how user friendly. That's it. Yahoo's a lot more user friendly. We'll get it organized there. I'll run some kind of a contest to get the names. It won't cost you anything, and it won't cost me anything. It'll just be we'll do something to figure out who, because I don't want to run too many of them. 1 or 2 leagues will be enough. I don't want to do more than that. So that limits how many people. So I have a feeling 1 will be enough. But like last year, I thought I'd get 20 people. I think we had 12 or 14. So we'll see. Hopefully there'll be more this year. And yeah, we'll do that soon. We'll get that organized really soon. Because if all goes well, we'll have some hockey soon enough. I guess I should scroll again. Poon's Cat Bush, drinking a Rickards red myself. I don't know if I've ever had a Rickards, oddly enough. I think my oldest son who lives with me when he was a little younger, I would always find Rickards over there. He lives with my ex. He did. He lives with me now. Yeah. Well, oddly, I decided to do this. And one of the reasons was because I had this beer in the fridge. I didn't go out and buy. I didn't go anywhere today. So that's what was my cousin who used to live with me. She moved back to the States, and she I think she had something she was drinking with friends, online thing, and it was left over from that. So it's been in the fridge long enough. It was time to drink it. And I don't drink much, so oddly enough, I'm feeling that. It's just starting to go to my head. And if you're smoking and drinking at the same time, always do one thing. My advice to anybody doing that: smoke first, drink second. Won't get sick that way. It's always worked for me. Okay, I'm going to scroll down. There I am at the bottom. Do I hate the Nordiques? Why would you even say that? No. Did we hate them back in the day? Yeah. I mean, yeah, okay, we hated them, I guess, then. But now I love the rivalry so much. And now that they're gone, it's one of those things you hate and then it's gone. It's like, oh, wait, I like that. I liked it better than I thought. That's one of those things because I wish that wouldn't have happened and we would still have the Nordiques because that was a rivalry to end all rivalries. I've seen a lot of rivalries. I don't think I've ever seen as intense a rivalry as Montreal-Quebec. And anybody can challenge me on that if you got a rivalry you think is better. But, yeah, I miss them. Yeah, I miss them. I don't hate them. Am I in a fantasy pool? No, I'm only going to be in the one that I'm doing for the channel. Jeff, Seattle not big enough of a sports town to have 3 of the 4 major sports. Having to compete with the NFL is a huge challenge. Well, I guess we'll find out. I give that's something I didn't know. So, let's see. Poonscat been subscribed since fall of 2018. Have to be winter because I started my channel December 22nd of 2018. So, yeah. I really liked your videos back then, and I'm glad to see you're doing well. Well, I appreciate you saying that because I can't even watch my videos from back then. I was kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Horrible? I'm judging it. I was very stiff and very not very knowledgeable. Like I was kind of rusty on my hockey, and I think it shows when I look back at the old videos. But since then, I've gotten my game back. But back then, it was like, oh my God. When I started the channel, I was sure, no, I know my Montreal Canadiens. I know my hockey. And look, I do, but I didn't know that I was rusty. And when I started the channel, I was struggling with my hockey. So I'm glad that period of time's come and gone. It's a long time gone. But it's only in the last 6 months that I really feel comfortable with between the camera and talking hockey and feeling comfortable with the content that I'm putting out. Up until a certain point, like I knew I was putting out garbage, or for me it was because I knew I wasn't doing my best work and it just didn't feel as satisfying as when I'm doing good stuff. So I'm putting out a little less videos, like quantity wise, but I feel that the quality of the videos is better. And it's not to pat myself on the back. I know it's not like I'm not some journalist, but I'm getting better. I've gone up a little bit of a level, so I'm happier. My writing's a little better. I'm picking better content, I guess. I'm not copying anybody, very little. Like, okay, that's funny that I said that because tonight's live stream, I am copying somebody, and that's a shout out kind of because I loved what he did. I saw it last night, and that's Scotian Canadian. That's Matt. I don't know if Matt watches my live streams. If he does, Matt, if you're watching it, yes, I stole this from you in a way because I thought it was a great idea. You had the balls to do it, but I know you don't monetize, so it allows you to do that. And I can't really because I monetize, but I turned the monetization off for this, obviously. And I said, you know what? Hey, I've been doing this almost 2 years. And you know what? If I want to have a drink, if I want to have a smoke, if I want to swear, if I want to fucking swear on my own live stream, why can't I? And in order to do that, you got to demonetize because then they'll just remove the monetization anyway. So I do it for them, and then I've got somewhat of freedom. I can't overdo it, but I figured I'd have fun today. And I got the idea from Matt. Honestly, I did. So, yeah, if anybody wants to do that, check out Scotian Canadian. He put out a video yesterday. I think it was called Buzzed Up and Baked. And he's just talking hockey. Some of the league, the All-Canadian Division, the Habs. And it was fun. I thought it was kind of fun. And I thought when I saw the beer in the fridge, I forgot it was in there. I saw the beer. I said, ding, I'm going to do the same thing on a live stream, not a video. And I'm probably only going to do this one time. So anybody who, first of all, if anybody didn't know that I smoked and you watch my videos, especially the live streams, and you hadn't figured it out yet, sorry. I mean, I don't see how you don't. So I figured that's okay. And yeah, I had a drink twice before on camera. And like, I guess I'm drinking now and I'm a little bit whatever. So I don't even know why I'm talking about this particular thing right at the moment. So you guys can all enjoy, laugh at me a little bit, and we're going to have fun. Yeah, see, I happen to see Poonscat's comment right now because even though I'm scrolled up, just isn't that funny? Also just finished watching the Buzzed and Baked by Scotian Canadian. Yeah, I mean, that's where I got the idea. I've wanted to do this, but YouTube doesn't let you, if you're monetizing, and does it matter that I don't have one video is not monetized? No, I mean, it's stupid of me not to have thought I can do this. I also kind of thought people are going to get mad at me because I smoke pot, but it's legal in Canada. I'm in Canada. It's legal. And I think today I come from a time when that's a stigma. You got to hide it and all that. So I come from a time like that. And I guess that's why I think for younger people today, that's nothing. And it should be nothing. It's not drugs. I don't believe that's drugs. And I don't do other drugs. I have my meds that I have, but they're prescribed. And I don't do other drugs. I mean, anymore. I mean, when I was younger, I did. But I don't do. I smoke pot. That's it. That's it. That's all I do. And I drink the occasional beer. That's it. That's the excitement I have in my life. And I've got you guys every Saturday night and the members only live stream. And, it helps. So it's probably the first time you guys see me a little drunk. And it's not drunk, but a little tipsy. I'm going to say tipsy. I'm feeling it. Believe me, I have about a third of the beer left, and I'm feeling that. And you know what they say? Once you've had at least half of a beer, the taste doesn't mean anything anymore. You don't taste it. It tastes like piss for about half a beer, and then it tastes okay. Unless you get some of these European ones or English beers, some of the thicker ones, those are actually pretty tasty. Okay, I'm going to start getting serious here now, guys. So you be careful because we're got a half an hour to go, and I'm getting serious. About what, though, I don't know. So I'm going to try to figure it out. Randy, Habs rivalry, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2010. You're asking me? There's only two. Okay, wait. 70s is Bruins and Leafs. And for me, the Leafs in the 70s, that's where I grew to hate the Leafs from the 70s. It was, I guess, a holdover from the 50s and 60s. And in the 70s, we didn't really have that much of a thing with the Leafs. But because I was a student of the game, like I said, I used to learn about the old. I hated the Leafs. And we also, as a city of Montreal, we had a natural rivalry with Toronto. So I just hated Toronto because of that natural rivalry and all things. So that's for that. Now, 80s came along. And in 79, Nordiques entered the so that became that's it, the end all and be all of rivalries. Okay, it scrolled around. Where were the 90s? The Nordiques were still around in the 90s, so it was still then, but then it just gets transferred back to Leafs and Bruins. And I think the Bruins rivalry is a little more intense for me than it used to be. And the Leafs rivalry is actually maybe even more pleasant because when the Leafs were bad, and they were for a long time, it wasn't as fun to hate on them. It was kind of cruel, if anything, and I didn't enjoy it as much. But now that the Leafs are a lot better, and I think it's just makes it all the more sweet when we beat them. And beat them, we will. Mark my words, Montreal is going to finish better than a lot of you guys all out there think. Mark my words. Well, you don't have to because you just have to save the video because I'm on video. And a number of times I've said it, Montreal's going to finish first in this this division. I know Brian Burke, who I'm not espousing. I'm not a biggest Brian Burke fan, but on this, I like him. He also thinks Montreal is the best team in Canada. There's a few people out there in the know, knowledgeable people think Montreal will be the best team in the league, as well as enough people that are knowledgeable that think that they will not be the best. But I'm one of them, and I'm not the most knowledgeable, so I won't claim that, but I'm going to claim that Montreal is going to be one of the best teams. At least one of the best teams in the division, but I think the best team in this division. I think, okay, I don't think there's any Toronto fans left in the room. If there are, I apologize if this upsets you, but Toronto's team is still put together a little bit by smoke and mirrors, and I think that it's risky, and I just don't think it's going to work. I think they're going to be good, but I don't think it's going to work if you're a Toronto fan that says, yeah, Toronto wins the cup this year. I don't think so, not with this team. Can they make it to the playoffs? Yeah, I think they make the playoffs. Will they go far in the playoffs? I don't know about that. Can they win a round? Maybe. Not if they're playing Montreal, but they might win a round, but not much more than that. I don't see it. Winning the cup? I don't think Toronto's a legitimate cup contender. I don't think Montreal is a legitimate cup contender, so I'm not saying that. But I do believe Montreal is more of a cup contender than Toronto, just by a little bit, though. I don't think – I don't really think – I think going into the season, I don't think there's a cup contender in Canada. Does that mean there won't be they don't have a chance? No. Doesn't mean that at all. It just means going into the season, I don't see one, and I think a lot of people feel that way. But I think that one will emerge from that. From that. So I don't know if it'll be Montreal. It doesn't have to be the team that finishes on top of the division, but I think one of the Canadian teams will do well in the playoffs. It won't be just shut out again, like after round one, we got nobody. So I'm hoping it's Montreal. I said it in, I think I did a poem video, which I'm going to write a poem again soon. In one of my poem videos, I said it that Montreal will win the Stanley Cup before Toronto does again. I believe that firmly. I don't think Toronto has what it takes. How do I want to put that? I think Toronto is missing something in their organization that shows on the ice, and it's that they can't win the big game. That's all. Montreal has done it not lately. I'll give you that. But they have done it way more often, more recently than Toronto has. And it's almost like it's been so long for Toronto that it's almost ingrained in them, no matter who the players are on the team or who the coaching staff is or who the management is. They're either reaching for the wrong type of people consistently or something wrong there. I don't know. I don't know. Until that thing changes, whatever it is, this is their fate. So now part of when I said that, and I apologize, you got to remember I'm drinking now, so I'm going to talk a lot. I apologize for not reading your comments while I'm talking. And the good thing about what's being a little tipsy is I forgot what I was going to say to make that apology, and now I could read your comments. That's how it works when you get older. Shamir, I remember you lighting up on your Canadian Dad Complains vid. Yes, but the reason that is, there's a reason for that, Shamir. I didn't know anything about YouTube at all. I knew nothing. I didn't know that's okay. It's not okay. Didn't know what is proper etiquette, what's not, what's frowned upon, what's not. So I thought I could do whatever I want. You could do that a little bit more back then because it's only the last couple of years they've really kind of gone in a certain direction, and it's family friendly, and I get it. So yeah, I knew nothing. I had no direction, and so I just thought, well, I can do videos where I light up and I make complaints, and it didn't work. And I'd rather not. I don't need to be smoking all the time on video, first of all, and it's only it is what it is. But yeah, that was an early video. You saw that? Didn't I take that one down? Or you must have seen that like a while back. I guess, because I thought I took that one down. Because I took down most of the videos I made before I turned to hockey. Okay, let's see if I can answer some actual questions. Okay. Let's see. Supersonics. That's basketball. Jeff, I don't know into basketball. Do I watch YouTube? Yeah, too much. I'm on YouTube a lot. So I watch a lot of YouTube, yeah. Alex P, it sure enough is in Canada, and it's I remember, it's legal. It's not really, sort of not. I mean, they say it is, but they make it harder. But honestly, since it became legal, nothing's really changed in my life. And I've never once, I don't know if should I be saying this on video, never once been into a government place. Never once. Never once. And nothing's changed in my life. So I don't know where I want to read from. A smoker knows a smoker. Well, Liam, if you don't know that some of my videos, I'm sorry, I do them at night. I think it shows. Some videos it doesn't show at all. But yeah, I figure if you're a smoker, I'm a smoker. That's cool. And listen, it doesn't make me a bad person, right? Doesn't make me. It used to be when I was a kid, when I was younger, when I first started doing that kind of stuff. It was frowned upon, and people thought there's something wrong with you if you did that. So it's kind of a stigma that I have, and I know it's different today. So I apologize if I have that stigma. Okay, I scrolled down again. It's an adventure. You guys talking basketball and baseball? Shamir, saw the first one of Canadian Dad complaints along with whatever you still had at that time, which was about a month ago. Yeah, I know. You went through all that. Yeah, I didn't leave that much. I think I left 5 videos or something like that from then. I think I only had like 15, and I deleted like 10 of them and left 5. Something like that. Do you watch big YouTubers like PewDiePie? Nope. Mr. Beast? Yeah, the odd time I'll watch Mr. Beast. I just get really jealous. This guy makes so much. He's got so many subscribers. He does whatever the freaking hell he wants for a video. Costs him money to do it, but what a life this guy must lead. But the pressure, too, must be pretty immense for a guy like that. Yeah, Shamir, I see. I don't know what he said, but David, I can't imagine David needed to be deleted. It's been legal since October 2018. You got it. Oh, he talked politics. I'm sorry. Yeah, no politics. Sometimes I really mostly watch hockey and sports videos. Well, yeah. We just said no politics, but yeah, for my American politics fix there, and keep track of all that. I do a lot of that on YouTube, and yeah. But it's mostly sports, and then like if I'm doing dishes or I'm cleaning up or stuff, I'll do some like historical stuff. People doing historical videos, whatever grabs me. Hockey guy a lot. I do a lot of the hockey guy that way. Hey, Poonscat, appreciate that. I appreciate the support, you guys. I really, really do. And listen, that goes back into. Oh, speaking of that, I'll show one. Hang on, you're probably wondering what I'm talking about. I wasn't going to do this, but Hang on, I got to show the right one. So I did those the giveaways for the emotional support hockey pucks, which I finally just got done. Now remember, this is artisan. It's not perfect. It's very artisan. It's a little bit of me. This is the one for Robert Dufour. So Robert, if you're out there and watching this, get in touch with me so I get your address. So that's they're personalized. They're a little different for everybody. And it's got a little magnet so you can stick it on things. So yeah, those are going out very shortly. So that's those are the hockey. So Shamir, yours looks a lot like that. Yours are already boxed, and yours are going to go out first because I think you've been waiting the longest. And then Jeff and Shamir are getting there first. Robert's got to get in touch with me, and and then Gaza is the only one. I haven't seen Gaza in forever. So Gaza, if you watch these things, get in touch with me so I can get your address to send you your puck. They got those because Shamir got his because he won both of them. The only winner of the Guess the Score contest, Shamir. So he won a puck that way, and then he won a puck by entering. He won a puck another way, and the other one's from the memberships. And the top two memberships, you get one of those pucks. Losing my voice already. So second one of the night, and when I'm done that, we're done the live stream. How's that, guys? It could take me an hour. I've been known. Funny thing about this, what I'm smoking here now, I order this. I get it from British Columbia. I ordered it online, so it's really cool today for anybody who likes to smoke and go, I don't have a connection. I'm in a new city. Freak, just order it online. Gets here in 3 days, and it's not a ripoff at all. And I'm not going to say where I get it from, the name, because I'm on here. I don't know. Maybe they'll do something about it. Not to me, but to the place, because it's not a government place. So, yeah. So there you go. Excuse me. There's the podcast. Jeff's promoting it again. If you guys want to, if you click that, even though it's not Habs Coast to Coast anymore, it'll still get you to the new one. Canadian Stud Muffin. Never heard of that one. I'll have to keep that in mind. What's that about? I've never heard of that. You should watch Lee's Laughter channel. Well, what's that? David, what's that? Never heard of that either. Gislain, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Always appreciate seeing you out there. And listen, just in case, have a great holiday and happy Merry Christmas if we don't happen to, come across each other. Thanks for always being there, buddy. Appreciate it. Excuse me. I remember my dad buying tickets off scalpers when I saw a game at the Forum. I probably knew the scalpers. Scalpers were all friends of my dad and family friends. I used to go. I used to get scalper tickets at a good price, though. Oh, you're talking about the last game at the Forum. That's funny because a friend of mine went to that. I could have gone. I should have gone, too. And I don't remember the reason why I decided not to go with him, but I was offering, and he just went to our scalper friends, and I think he got in for free because he was late, and I could have gone to that probably for free. Yeah, I didn't know all the scalpers, but I knew the big guys and met a bunch of them. But like the big scalpers there, they were friends of. I mean, they were always over at our house. Like from when I was a kid. I know them for a long time. So, yeah, I don't know if they're still all in the game because we're talking about they're getting old. My dad's 83, so these guys are all in their 60s and 70s now. Now I'm going to have to scroll back up. That's the Canadian Stud Muffin. He's a great Canadian YouTuber. Oh, does album reviews. Okay, cool. Never heard of him, though. And Lee's is a comedy thing. I figure that he's laughing all the time. Second to last game at the Forum. Oh, okay. Not the one where they made the transfer. Hey, Liam, enjoy, buddy. Enjoy. Anybody wants to partake? You got what you got? Let's get them going. But I will say this won't be every week, every Saturday. This is not saying I won't do this again, but not very often. It's kind of it's almost a one-off. How well do you think Evans will handle the fourth line center role? Before I tackle that, I want to say I find it weird that because from what I understand, Evans is going to get the shot there. Everything I see from everybody, Sportsnet, TSN, whatever, they've got Poehling listed at center, and I don't get why. I don't see him being the fourth line center. So I think Evans is going to do well. I like that kid. He's got the size. He's got skill. I think he could possibly even work his way up to third line at some point if when Deneau's time is up. It's a possibility. You can have Evans move into that third line and everybody shift up, or however they are at the time. Yeah, I like Evans a lot, actually. I think he's got good potential. So, yeah, I think he's going to be good there. And, being young, he's not making a ton of money. Although he's on a two-way contract, maybe that's why they have Poehling like that. He's on a two-way contract, so he may not. Maybe it's Poehling, but I think he'll be there. He's, $700,000 or $750,000, something like that. Yeah, I like him there. I think he's going to be there for years to come. All about Habs. I think I'm going to make a second channel for all the 4 teams I like. Well, that's a good idea. I'm going to do eventually when I'm ready to do the NHL, and I think not before the channel hits 5,000. Maybe even on my way till 10,000. When I got a better handle on running this one channel, let's put it that way, I want to then start a channel doing NHL videos. I'm not going to do that on this channel because I've already learned from trying to do that, and maybe you guys too that are in the room, but I find in general, people aren't interested in me as an NHL channel. And I think it's because there's not a lot of Habs channels that are doing everyday videos that I mostly do every day, right? Especially in season. And my NHL stuff just doesn't do good. Maybe it's because I'm no good at it and I haven't been. I'm getting better because if you can see, I'm doing a lot of stuff where I'm talking about the whole league and I'm doing okay. I'm satisfying myself. It's not perfect, but it's getting there. And so I figure if I'm going to do a second channel, I'll wait. And then I'll do an NHL channel and not combine them. So, yeah, it's a good idea. Thing is, you got to have the time. And like any other channel, somebody want to, toss this guy. Hang on a sec. I'm tossing someone out of the room. See, it's a good thing I'm drunk because he insulted me, but what do I care? Idiot. I only feel bad about these poor people that's the best they got to do in life is to come on here and call me bald. Maybe come up with a better one. If you don't think I know I'm bald, I don't know. Maybe I got to go back to what's the word I'm looking for? When he was born and they were handing out brains, he thought they said trains and he was in the wrong line. That's an old joke from when I was a kid. Okay. Oh, all about Habs. Are you talking to me that you subbed to me or to somebody else? Because I thought you were already subbed. But hey, if it's me you're talking to, thank you. And I'm sure if it's not, the person that you subbed to says thank you. Let's see now. Am I scrolled? Oh, I am scrolled. Seahawks, Grizzlies, Jazz, and Habs. The Grizzlies, that's... Okay, so where are the Grizzlies? Why are they keeping the name Grizzlies? Weren't they the... wait. I used to have a Grizzlies. I was the Vancouver Grizzlies, no? I used to have a Grizzlies... was it a warm-up jacket? Something like that. It was a long time ago. My dad's name is Rick and also bald. We love bald Ricks. Well, I'm not bald right now. I got hair. I'm bald. I got to shave this all off. Trim it all off. That's awesome, buddy. Say hi to your dad, Rick, from Rick. Grizzlies are in the NBA. No, I know they are. I used to have a Grizzlies jacket when they first came into the league with the Raptors. I used to have. But they were Vancouver Grizzlies. Am I wrong? When I was talking about making a second channel for 4 teams, it's... Yeah, no, I got that, buddy. I got that. Okay, so am I wrong? The Grizzlies were the Vancouver Grizzlies? Your dad's in Afghanistan in the military. Well, you send him my best. I support the military. I don't support necessarily the current American government. Are you talking about Canadian or American? I don't know. So I say if it's Canadian government, I do support them. If it's American government, the current one I don't currently support or don't support, but the upcoming one I do. But I always support military, Canadian or American. Put your life on the line like they do. Yep. I don't like the NBA, but we got the jackets. Okay, my ex-brother-in-law, so my sister's ex-husband, used to work for Starter Canada. He ran the the screen printing shop here, and through him, we got some deals on some these jackets, starter jackets for Raptors. And it's funny because I just got rid of my Raptors jacket. It was old and everything. I actually threw it out. It was just faded and all that. But I think at the time I had a Grizzlies jacket, and my girlfriend had the Raptors jacket. Yeah, so I got them through him, and it was a novelty because it was new. They had the teams were just out, so that's why. But no, I don't like the NBA in general. No, I'm not wrong. Vancouver moved to Memphis. That's what I thought. Canadian. Oh, America. I think they did, or they're pulling them out now, aren't they? Something like that. He's making the mistake of pulling everybody out of everywhere. He's going to burn down that country before he leaves. Burn everything down and leave nothing. Scorched earth policy. That's what they're doing right now in the States. It's sad. I'm an American by birth, so I'm a dual citizen. Okay, let's see now. Yeah. So would I, Alex. I would love to still have that in good condition. It'd be worth money today. But back then, did I know? I didn't really care about it that much, so I didn't treat it that well. Although I have to say, I wore it a lot. I think in not treating it well, it's because I would wear it to work and stuff, and I was a courier, and it got dirty, and I didn't treat it well. So, like, if I'd known today it would be worth money, I would probably kept it and I'd have it. But or go on the wall. I would like to have those things to go on my wall. Because even though they're not hockey, it's Canadian. So I don't mind putting something like that on my wall because it's Canadian. The only thing I do have is that I have the Raptors jersey, the game jersey. I have 4 basketball jerseys, but not because I'm into basketball. Someone gave them to me. It's the reason I have the 2 NFL jerseys is because someone gave them to me. There's no way I would buy those. Especially not with Randy Moss's name on the back of a Raiders jersey. I never liked Randy Moss. I would never have bought a shirt that said Randy Moss on the back. Who's excited for hockey to start in January? Everybody in this room, I would think. Everybody in this room. So how do you pronounce that? Ock? Ock. Hey, Ock. Welcome to the room. I wish Montreal got an NBA team, although it probably won't happen. I doubt it. Maybe back in the day, they should have got one then, but there's no way they're going to get one now, I would think. I think you should do a second channel of our conversation. Hey, it's not a bad idea. Maybe down the road we can do something like that. Problem is, you'd have to appear on video, and so that could take a number of years to get you to do that. So, so if we don't do a channel like that, it's your fault, not mine. Do get most of my info from Insta Twitter because it's quicker than watching videos. I can quickly check anywhere. Yeah, I get a lot of my info from Twitter for hockey, but I get it all online. Let's bring back the Canadian Dad and change it to Dads. Yeah, I had this idea, and it was based on Letterkenny. Like, really, honestly, just say, it's not a lie. It's based on Letterkenny because I was into Letterkenny, and they started out on YouTube with Letterkenny complaints, and I thought, and I really liked them, and I thought, I could do this. Yeah, not. So I started out with the idea, and I banged it around with a few videos, and it just, I don't know. We could try it, I guess, but I don't know. I'm really not much of an actor, as people could probably see if you watch any of my videos where I've tried to act in. You'd probably know that. Good night, David. If you're still there, good night. Appreciate you always being here, buddy. You're 690. Awesome. I didn't know that. Awesome. The new name change. We've changed our name to Ock. Am I pronouncing it right? Now, the way that's spelt, is that I don't want to say this wrong now. Oh God. Native, like not in native Indian and native Eskimo native. Is that like I know it's if you are, I know it's not the right term. And remember, I'm just some idiot here who doesn't know how to say it right. I don't mean any disrespect to any native Canadians of the Eskimo or Indian type. How do you say that now? It's just gone out of my head. I want to say Inuit, but isn't that a territory? It's not. The people aren't Inuits, or are they? Anyway, AUUQ, is that Inuit or Eskimo or Native or however? Am I getting it right? I'm drunk. Remember, I'm drunk. So give me a break here. And of course, the term in my head wants to be, I'm not racist. But, whenever anybody says, I'm not racist, they're racist. Okay, I'm scrolling up and down, and I think I'm getting dizzy. It's like a yo-yo. So I'm going back to the bottom, and we'll just go from there. Inuit is right. I got it. Awesome. Inuk is singular for Inuit? I didn't know that. I learned something new. Oh, they always say that. If you've got to say, I'm not a racist person, or I'm usually not racist, or whatever, yeah, you probably are. A non-racist person without a racist thought would not have the thought in their head to say, I'm not racist. That's really, I guess that's the thinking there. Aboriginal, but Aboriginal makes me think of Australia. Isn't the Aboriginals? That's in Australia. We don't call in Canada. We don't call are native people Aboriginals, I don't think. First Nations, that's Indians, and I apologize for saying that. I know how bad that is now. But when I was a kid, that's how we were taught, so I apologize. I'm old. But no, First Nations, that would be, yeah, that's that type of native. But then the Aboriginal, I guess it's either or the other. So sorry. I'm probably getting myself into a lot of fucking trouble here tonight. I'm probably going to be canceled out. I'm going to look on Twitter after this and then go, Talking Habs said Indian. I'm sorry. In advance, I'm saying I'm sorry. I won't have to come out and do a whole sorry campaign. No, you're not talking to me there. Okay. You got your name from the gun? Oh, it's a gun. It just, to me, it looks like, and you know what? I'm seeing that it's a G and not a Q. I thought that was a Q. I thought it was AUUQ. I see it's AUUG. Changes everything. Only problem is now I can't go back and take back all that stupid shit I said. And that's the problem. It's out there. What can I do? Well, Jeff, I will believe you because you work in that milieu. So I didn't know that. I thought that was for the Australian native people. Okay, it's going by a little fast for me. I predict a Romanov and Weber pair by the time playoffs come around. You know, the only way I see that is if, and this is a possibility because they're saying that it's a possibility that Scherot could get traded at the deadline. Maybe they do that. Other than that, I don't see that happening this year. But you never know. Romanov could do it, but I don't see Romanov moving up this year. Honestly, I don't. You got it, Shamir. Oh, okay. I don't know if Shamir wants to share his channel. And I'll give this, Shamir, that you suffer from the same thing I did when I first started doing videos. You know, you got to get your persona, whatever. You got to get those acting chops going. But Shamir had one of the funniest ideas. When I saw it, it made me laugh out loud. Just the title on his channel, his unboxing. You got to go check out Shamir's unboxing videos. I will say no more, and I won't spoil it. But if he was willing to give his channel out, check out his unboxing videos because it's hilarious. Just the word I'm looking for. Just the thought that you could be a writer, Shamir. That was hilarious. See, I'm laughing just thinking about what he did. But you got to work on the performance needs work. But the writing was great. All right. Michael in Niagara Falls, Ontario. Awesome. And father from Montreal. Awesome. It's got to be nice out there by Niagara Falls. I got the song in my head now. A commercial for the park out there. Is it the Aqua Park? Ontario. I shouldn't sing on a live stream. I'll break my camera. Hey, buddy. Thanks, Boonscat. I appreciate that. I haven't done any hockey prospects in a bit. But, hey, I appreciate that. I'm having fun doing it. I just wish I could work at a faster pace. But my theory is this. Because I wanted to step up a different, like a level in quality, right? So I take a little bit longer. I figured that pace will get faster as I get more used to being better. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody. So I'm hoping eventually my pace gets faster. It's going to have to once the season starts. So then I have no choice. The good thing is I found a program to mirror my videos, to flip them over horizontally. in about a tenth of the time of the first program that I had, which would take like an hour or two to do, depending on length of time of video, and now it takes minutes. So that's going to really help, because I like shooting with my phone. The quality of the video is really good, and I can use my lapel microphone, which I don't wear on my lapel, because if I do, you hear me breathing too much. So instead, I put it underneath my shirt and pull hair out, because it's taped to my chest, and I have a hairy chest, and it's not my favorite thing to do, but I like the result. In the video today, though, if I had the time, I would have reshot it, but I didn't really have the time, so I couldn't. But I wasn't happy with the sound on it, even though it's normal. But I was wearing it a little bit because I'm wearing the shirt in it, and that's open at the collar. So I had it shifted over to the side, and I think it affected the sound. Your dad's from Brossard. Wow. Okay. I know Brossard pretty well, as a matter of fact. I did lots of deliveries out there when I was a courier. Shamir, no problem, buddy. You just got to leave leave everybody the link like you did for me. And yeah, it's just because I just don't want to just tell people. I think even if they don't watch your video, most people are going to laugh when they see what I'm talking about, when they see the title. So, but I'm not giving it away any further than that. It is a hilarious idea. Say goodnight, Rick. Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, we're an hour and 36. And you know what? You're probably right, Jeff, because I'm starting to babble on a little bit here. So, yeah. Let me take an actual drink of water so I can clear my throat a little bit, because the beer's not clearing my throat. Ah, that's good. All right. Now I got more of a normal voice. There we go. All right. So I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank Shamir and I'm all about Habs. Thank God you have a comment there, because I would have to scroll. Thank you guys for the super chats. I appreciate that. It helps. Always helps. And I want to say there was a third one. Did I leave somebody out? I did. I know I did. Am I right? There was a third one at the end there. I'm really sorry. It's not going to show it to me now. There we go. Poon's Cat. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it, you three. You're all entered into the contest. Just because I didn't doesn't mean I'm going to forget now. As a matter of fact, it's scrolled, so it's right in front of me. So I want to thank you guys for helping out the channel. I want to thank everybody for being here, I'm almost at my 2-year anniversary. It's on the 22nd. I think that's a Tuesday. I'll probably do a live stream that night to celebrate 2 years. I want to thank everybody who's been here almost from day one, to you guys that are here from maybe even just today. I want to thank you all for being here, for watching the videos. And yeah, I'm having fun doing it. And I'm going to try to work a little harder and get some back up to speed, where I was getting out at least 10 videos a week. And as the season's coming on, that'll happen. So see you guys next Saturday, and see you on my videos. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Peace out, y'all. And I'll see you next week. And I don't really see you when I make a video, but it's the same thing. Bye, everybody.